Good morning. Y'all see my garden? Well, this is one of three. The middle garden, we've got a gopher. The front garden is huge. I'm really excited. I've got some collard greens, 6 bunches growing in here that I'm hoping will be perfect for Thanksgiving dinner. Really excited. I have my little brother and his family coming down, my son and his family. We're going to have a really amazing time together. All right, let me turn this around. I want to talk to y'all. Good morning. Hello, beautiful people. Boy, I'll tell you, it is chilly out here. Getting some cold mornings. Fall is here. I'm all bundled up, keeping my head warm and working out here in the garden. We gotta take care of these little beauties while they grow. And just still, basking in the immense love that I felt in my women's circle last night. I have a women's circle that I go to a couple Tuesdays a month and get to connect with local women in my community, and we do check-ins and we just really come together and talk about being the change, how we're changing our own lives and healing ourselves, because healing ourselves heals the world. And I wanted to share with you all how I began some time ago listening to my higher self's guidance, my soul guidance versus ego guidance. I lived the majority of my life identified as my beliefs, my feelings, as my ego, right? Like, I'm me, you're you. In this world of duality, I lived in that place, like I'm alone, and with a higher goal, really wanting to learn how to seek the guidance of my higher self, of my soul, of the heavenly realms, of spirit. I started with a practice where every decision that I would make, my goal became to choose love over fear. Consciously choosing love over fear was the ultimate goal. So whether the decision was where I was going to live, or what company I was going to promote, or, what class I would sign up for, whatever decision was presented to me, my goal was not so much making the right decision, because I've come to know that I've never made any wrong decisions. Each decision rendered results that are all part of my beautiful journey. So my goal has become to choose love over fear in every decision I make, and to be conscious of that. So in the beginning, I would sit down with a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle, and I would put the 2 choices on either side. And I would sit with one choice and just close my eyes and breathe deeply, and everything that came up in me for that being the choice, I would write it down. Every image, every thought, every idea. And then I would do the same thing with the opposite choice. Once everything was out of me, every possible thing that could come up, I would look at my list and I would scratch off every single thing that had to do with fear. Fear of how my choices impacted others, fear of what others might think about me, fear of any failure, anything that had to do with fear. Took it off the list. You see, because our soul, our higher self, does not make decisions based in fear. Our soul dances with every step we take. Our soul sees the bigger picture, what we're gaining, right? Like, our soul is not afraid, because our soul knows its truth, that we are infinite, that we are forever, that there's no end, and that life is about so much more than any one decision. It is a collaboration of experiences, all leading us back to where we came from, and there's no end. There's no end. There's only beginnings, beginnings, beginnings. And so I learned to listen to my soul, because my soul does not operate in fear, and to take fear out of every equation, because fear is a construct of the ego, the ego mind, who wants to warn me, who creates enemies, who believes that somebody who holds a different position or belief or lifestyle than myself is my enemy, is a threat to me in some way. And my goal being to learn to live life with fearing no thing and nothing and no one, knowing that I am infinite, that I am forever, and truly choosing love. Choosing love in this lifetime is a conscious choice. Choosing to completely reunite with God, with the one, with the all-encompassing us, right? So this is how I would make my decisions. And today I don't have to sit down with a list. I can feel when I'm taking a position of fear. I can feel it. And when I slip into having a side on something, and I start to see people who hold different positions than myself as against me, I go, oh, I'm in fear. I'm in ego right now. And I can feel it because it's so unnatural. It's not my natural state anymore. My natural state is all-encompassing love. Doesn't really have a side, more so can recognize where love is present and where fear is present, and will speak up for love. So choosing love as my guide doesn't mean that I don't have an opinion. It doesn't mean that I walk through life with my head in the sand. It means that I can really recognize where love is present and where fear is present, and make a choice of holding the position of love, right? Being in the position of love and speaking for love, as love. And, you know, we have a lot of issues going on right now, but when you step back from all that and you recognize, like, there are only two choices right now. And there's only one answer to giving all of us what we really want, and that answer is love. When you step back with that perspective, you can see where love is present, and you can be the love that works in those lives. And I'm grateful to be transcending fear and choosing love every day. And I can tell you that miraculous things happen in choosing love. Miracles take place and connections form, and I can say that I have no enemies, and none. I've made such deep peace within myself that I truly can laugh, a hearty laugh of the soul, even in the most dire times, and say, oh, we're learning love. We're learning how to choose love. You know, I put up a post yesterday about funnels, and I know it didn't make a lot of sense. Some of my closest friends were like, what does that mean? Explain that to me. So I'm going to tell you guys right now what that means. You know, it's funny, we ask for things in life, and then they're presented. The opportunity is given to us. Everything we ask for is given to us, for us. But we don't necessarily see it that way, and we're so stuck in our patterns and our habits and our ways that we dismiss the gifts being given to us every time we ask for them. And like a personal example for me that I could use from yesterday, I had been asking for a local group of like-minded women that I could connect with in person. You know, I have friends all over the world, but I really wanted a local group of women that I could connect with and just have local friends that I hang out with that want to talk about spirituality and choosing love and working on behalf of spirit and the oneness, and like really wanting that local connection. And I, to the point where I was pretty much crying for it. And last night was our women's circle, and there was a little part of me that wanted to cancel and just stay home and sleep because I was tired. And it was funny. I went, wow, it's funny, Lelania, how you just put up this post about getting what you want and then dismissing it. So I got in the car and I went to my group, and I've been going to this women's group for a few months now. And there's never a time that I walk away from this group saying I should have stayed home. It's always changes me to the point where I even woke up this morning still filled up with just that love that took place during those amazing discussions. And so that's just one example of how we ask for things and they're given to us. We ask for health, we ask for abundance, we ask for success, we ask for love, and they're given to us. And then there's the greater funnel, which is our path, our contract, the thing we came here to do, right? And as we get older and go through the cycles of life, and we get closer and closer to the time where we're meant to really have these shifts and awakenings, and if they haven't taken place yet, these things we ask for and this path that we've set and agreed to start to close in around us like a funnel, right? Like imagine yourself, you're up at the top of this funnel in the beginning, you ask for something, like there's all these possibilities, like all these options, all these opportunities, and we ignore it. And so we suck down a little bit into the funnel. Things start to get a little tighter. And, you know, like a good example would be, I want to be loved, but we want something from others that we don't give ourselves, right? So suck down a little further, get a little more in that funnel. Things are getting a little tighter. And learning how to love yourself, less people are showing up to prove to you that you're loved, because somebody can prove to you something that you don't believe, something you refuse to give to yourself. So now you're mad and you're yelling like, nobody's there for me, nobody loves me. And I'm talking from my personal experience, like I did this, right? Suck down a little further. Things are getting a little tighter. Tell him, like, screaming at the world, like, man, I've been there for everybody, dude. Like, I always help people out. I take people in. I do this. I do that. Suck down a little further. Still in blame. Still people aren't proving to me that I'm loved, proving to me that I'm worthy. Ooh, now I'm just, I'm the biggest victim ever. Like, how could people treat me this way? How could people do this to me? Like, oh my God, you really learn who your real friends are when. You know what? My best friends are the ones who walked away from me. My best friends are the ones who walked away from me. And there's particular ones that stand out during my self-destructive victimhood path. I remember one of my dear friends, Nay, said to me, I love you, but being your friend is draining now. You have to learn that not everybody thinks like you. And I can't be here for you anymore. And I was devastated. Oh my gosh, how could she abandon me? Like, we've never even had a fight. Suck down, a little bit tighter. Things are getting a little more narrow. Till I got to the place in December 2011, where I was planning my own suicide. Nobody was there for me, and I was going to prove to all of them that they would miss me. Screw this world. I had no reason to live. I was in a wheelchair. All my relationships were completely destroyed at that point. Like, I didn't believe I was supported or loved, or there was no point. And something in me said, no, not yet. And I remembered a therapist 11 years earlier saying to me, you are the most dangerous kind of patient. You are the most intelligent woman who's ever sat across from my desk. You can accurately self-analyze, and your courage is very misguided. But you think you don't deserve to be loved. And there's going to come a day where you're going to stop sacrificing yourself for love, because you're going to have no reason to do it, and then you're going to have no reason to be here. And I remember laughing at her and saying, you're crazy. I am the strongest woman I know, and suicide is for the weak. And there I was planning my suicide, and I got it. Like, I got what she was saying, and I didn't love myself. And I said, okay, well, there was a big part of me that when I left on that journey and got rid of everything I owned and got that travel trailer, there really was leaving to punish people. I'm going to leave, like, change my number. There was a part of me that was like, okay, I'm going to leave all you guys. You guys have all abandoned me. I'm going to leave all you, and I'm not there for anybody anymore. But I'm going to go change the world, because it's a mean place who treats good people like me mean. And what I discovered along the way was that I didn't need to change the world. I needed to change me. And when I changed me, the world around me transformed before my eyes. Today, if I go through something, I am fully supported. There are so many who step up to be there. The love that I feel for myself is mirrored back to me in all my relationships. And I came to know that all my relationships had always been a mirror of what I was willing to give to myself. And it was at that point where I was there planning to end it. I was right at the bottom of that funnel, like closed in all the way around me, suffocating, like, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do this. Fuck this, right? And it took a choice to pop through the other side. And then I was in the wide open, vast space of possibilities again, where all the miracles were being presented to me. And I went on a journey of learning how to see them, learning how to see beyond my own fears and all the beliefs that I had created around chronically thinking about those fears. And I stopped watching TV, and I started writing, and I started reading every book that would come into my awareness. And I learned how to meditate and breathe and pray and eat different foods and get off all the medications my doctors had me on. And you guys, you know the journey, right? And I was trying to find myself, and what I discovered was that I was never lost. I was never lost. It was always my journey. I had never taken a wrong path, even though by some measures people could say that I had made wrong choices, but those choices gave me exactly what I needed. And now that I've learned to really let go of the shame and the guilt over the choices I've made in my life, the mistakes that I've made, all of the relationships that were intended to still be a part of my life, it came back. Those friends who needed to abandon me so that I could learn what I needed to learn were my best friends. They were the ones who helped that funnel get tighter, right? Because while it was reinforcing my beliefs that I would always be abandoned, nobody loved me, nobody was there for me the way I was there for them, tighter, tighter, tighter. Today I see the truth. They were my best soul friends. They kept their promise. They played a role in my life. My parents kept their promise. They played a role in my life. And I chose a life with immense struggle, suffering, and challenges. Most of it my own doing, while blaming others. And I chose that so that one day I could get to that breaking point where I made one more choice. And that was to learn how to love me. And through the healing process over these past years of healing all of that, my healing is your healing. My healing is the world's healing. And that's how it works. Your healing is my healing. Your healing heals me. Detaching from the idea that I am this body, that I am my thoughts, that I am my beliefs, that I am my positions that I hold on one side or another, and transcending all of that and moving into a space of, you are my brother and you are my sister, and if you feel differently than me, then let's talk. Let's open up a dialogue. Let's get to know each other. That's the greatest choice of all, right? Really, truly getting to know each other and opening up, and not just living in a place of really trying to convince people that how I feel or what I believe is the right way. Because the minute I think I know it the right way, I learn more. Sucked up again, right? In order to stay in this vast open space, just surrounded by as love, the love of our Creator, I must admit that I will know what I need to know when I need to know it, and until then, not stay attached to any one idea that I hold of my way being the right way. Right? Then I don't get to learn from you. Hello, beautiful people. Okay, let me see who I have on here. I don't have my glasses, but I can still read it a little bit. Gotta love you before someone else can love you. Carlin, I am so honored that you are showing up on my videos. Carlin lives here in my community. She's part of our tribe, and I'm really grateful to have this amazing, strong, powerful goddess of a woman as a friend. And I see the work you're doing with children in your life too. And yeah, look how far I've come. You've known me through all of this journey, let me tell you. Look how far we've come, right? Jen, I love you, baby. Theodore! Theodore is an amazing guide and counsel to me, and we kind of jump back and forth and really guiding each other away from fear toward love, right? Higher self. Fulfilling our higher contracts that we came here to do. Lene, hello, beautiful soul. I've known that woman for a good portion of my life. We have definitely gone through some different things together. I love you, my sister. Kimberly, I love you, Kimberly. Hello, beautiful lady. So honored to be connected with so many different people from so many different walks of life, and really coming into a place of having those connections on a personal level here with some amazing women in my own community. And I suggest that if you're overburdened with what's going on in the world, to contemplate the idea that being able to affect change in this world happens through love and healing, and to contemplate your place in connecting in your community with other people who fill you up, so that you can go out into your direct community and work with people, and go online and connect with people who don't share the same mindset but hold that space of love to build a connection, right? Love heals. It is love that heals all. And, you know, one could say love is a risk, but I think that choosing to not choose love is choosing the results that you fear getting with love, right? Like, this life is about so much more than one individual position or choice. something bigger going on here. Something bigger. We're making choices and waking up every day deciding who we are. Every day deciding who we are. And a lot of times it feels like we're just deciding who others are. But in that choice to point the finger at who others are, we're deciding who we are in those moments. I love y'all. I'm gonna go finish watering this beautiful garden. Excited to harvest this amazing food and with the weeks ahead and feed our beautiful family. And wishing you an amazing fall season too, and lots of love.